Hey guys. All right, so this question came up and it's a common one, and so it's something I wanted to address. So I will say that at the beginning, this is my personal philosophy and the way that I run my business. You are more than welcome to do whatever you want. I will give you my reasons why I do what I do, but ultimately you get to decide how you want to do it. So the question came up about sponsor versus enroller, and not what it is, but when you would possibly give that away to someone else and when you would want to keep it for yourself. So when I teach a class and it's all my personal friends, then typically I am the sponsor and enroller. If I'm at a place where I'm trying to build certain legs to reach a rank, then, and again, it's my personal friends, I would keep the enroller and I would make somebody else the sponsor, put them in my organization somewhere, okay? If they are my personal friends. If I go to teach a class for someone else in my downline, my personal belief is you should always give the host, meaning the person who invited the people, you should give them the sponsor and an enroller, even if they say they don't want to build a business. Okay? Again, my 2 cents, but let me tell you why. I swore that I did not want to build a business. I hosted a class because my close friends and family wanted to know about the oils, but I did not want to build a business. However, the people that came to that class were my closest friends and family. My mom, my mother-in-law, my sister, like my best friends. That was who came to my first class because I was using the oils and they saw me using them, so they were interested in them. The people that are closest to me, okay? That's typically who people invite to their first class. Even if they're not interested in building, those are the safe people. So that's who they're going to invite. Can you imagine what would have happened if my sponsor, if I told her I don't want to do the business, if she had taken all those people and put them in a leg where she needed them, or if she took the enroller and just made me the sponsor, I wouldn't have gotten a check that month. Y'all, we didn't have $50 a month to spend on ER when I started. When I signed up for ER, it was like on faith. Kind of like okay, we need these oils, but I so do not have $50 a month. So when I hosted that first class and got a $300 check the next month, I was shocked and elated. Like, oh my gosh, I just made enough money to pay for oils. I was thrilled. So can you imagine what would have happened if she had kept the enroller and just made me the sponsor? I would not have gotten a check. That's probably the last class I would have hosted, because she's going to make all the future money on Fast Start Bonus on all those people's signups. I'm going to have to spend $100 to make anything, and $50 was not in our budget, let alone $100. Okay? I would have quit. I wouldn't have gone any further. I can tell you, I have made my sponsor a lot of money. Young Living has blessed our family more than I ever could have imagined. And I'm super grateful that my sponsor did not take the enroller or take all those people and put them where she needed them. Because even if by some miracle I had decided to build, my mom would be somewhere else, my mother-in-law would be somewhere else, my sister-in-law would be somewhere else, and 2 of my best friends would not be under me. Maybe more. Like, I think everyone from that class eventually signed it up. Science. They signed up eventually. Okay? So to me, that is a huge, huge example. And 99.9% of the time in the last 5 years that I've been doing this, every single time when I go to teach a class, whoever hosted that class, everybody goes under them. No question asked. Even if that host does not end up spending the $50 to make a check, those people still go under her. Now, if she says, I can't afford the $50, no, I'll explain to her, hey, listen. And there have been times where I've gone to a class and the host is not signed up, and then maybe 3 or 4 people sign up at the class. And so I'll talk to the host and I'll say, hey, listen, if you sign up, that's these people, I'll give you the sponsor and enroller, you'll make $50 on each one of them, and it'll end up paying for your kit. If they can't sign up, this would be the only time that I would keep this sponsor and enroller, is if the host is not signed up, you fully explain all the different ways. Listen, if you sign up, you're going to get a $200 check next month and it will pay you back for this. Is there any way you can do that? Like, I would fully explain it. And if she still says, you know what, I'm not ready to sign up at this time, or no, I can't do it, and they don't want to become a member, that is the only time where I would take sponsor and enroller. Like, without question. Because here's the next thing. Let's think about it mathematically, okay? Because I know it hurts when someone doesn't spend the 50 in order to make the 50. And this happened just last month or the month before with me. I had somebody who brought someone to a class. You know, I said, okay, I'm going to put them under you. Are you good to spend the 50? Yeah, I'll spend the 50. I'll spend the 50. We talked to them multiple times that month. Hey, make sure you place that order. Last day of the month. Hey, make sure you place that order. And they didn't do it. They didn't place the 50 order. It hurts that $50 was lost. But get this. If I sign up Jane and Jane signs up Sarah, right? And Jane does not spend the 50, I was only going to make $10 from the Fast Start bonus. I was only going to make $10 off of that. Well, if the sponsor does not spend the 50, everything reverts to just regular unilevel commissions. So I will end up making $8 off of her sign up. I'm only losing $2. Okay? Now, some of you might go, yeah, but I could have made the 50. Okay, y'all. Think long game. This business is about long game. It is not about the short game. $50 is the short game. The long game is when you put people under a host, and like me, they swear they don't want to do the business, and all of a sudden, 3 or 4 months in, they find themselves making $500 a month going, why did I say I didn't want to do this as a business? Maybe I'm going to rethink that. And then I decide to build and hit silver in 4 months, and, you know, the rest is history. What would you do with someone under you that in 6 months goes from nothing to silver? Would that sound like a deal to you? Would that be helpful for your business? Yeah. I mean, I don't know anybody that would turn that down, including myself. Think long game. Long game is duplication, getting builders, getting people motivated, and whatever motivates them, whether it's the check, whether it's, you know, it doesn't matter. Money wasn't my top motivator, but it was definitely helpful because I did not have $100 to spend. So it was great that Young Living sent me $300 to $400 every month so that I could buy my oils. And that was my first goal. So this business is about long game. It is about getting other builders to join alongside of you because you cannot do it all yourself. It is about setting people up for success. So mathematically, you're not really losing much. You're losing $2 off of that sign up. I know mentally it hurts, okay? But let me tell you this. In the 5 years I've been doing this, I can count on one hand the number of people that haven't spent the 50. It doesn't happen that often. Like, I don't even think it's 5 people. I mean, it just happened 2 months ago, but like maybe 3 people in 5 years have not spent the 50. So don't major on the minors, okay? A lot of times the host signs up at the same time that the people that come to the class do, like that same month, so they don't even have to spend the extra. They just get the check. There are exceptions to the rule, okay? Maybe somebody's on disability and they just absolutely do not want to check no matter what. And they say, no, you take my people, I cannot build a business. Or I've also had somebody sign up that's like super duper high in another MLM. And they have said, like, you have to promise me I will never ever receive a check from Young Living. Okay, that is a, blank check. I don't know what you call that. You can take those people and you can put them under yourself or under whatever leg you need them. Okay. But unless you have, again, that is a super duper exception and hardly ever happens. Okay. So here's one thing that I've heard. One time I was talking to a new builder and we were discussing this and I said, you should put all those people, give that person the sponsor and enroller. And she said, well, but I'm teaching the class. I said, yes, you're right. You're putting forth the effort, but effort is how you grow this business, and you want to grow leaders. You don't want to just grow your paycheck because, again, that's only going to affect 1 month. But if you grow a leader, that can affect the future of your business. And she said, well, but I'm spending all the money on the class materials. And I said, what class materials? Like, your class materials should consist of a starter guide for each person, and maybe a piece of paper to take notes on, maybe one giveaway. You guys, for the first 2 years when I built my business, that is all I gave away at classes. Yes, I had a class kit that I brought to show people, and starter guides for each person, which those are less than $1 a piece, and then maybe a piece of paper and a pen to take notes on. I tried to do one little giveaway like at each class, but I would usually make something like peppermint salt scrub that cost, less than $1, including the container to make. Keep it super simple. Peppermint salt scrub or lavender bath salt or a sugar scrub. Like, you can buy a massive container of salt or sugar, add a little bit of, peppermint or lavender to it with some almond oil. You've got an amazing sugar or salt scrub. Super cheap. Give away one at a class. You do not have to have freebies and samples for every person there. You know what else I started doing? I started giving away the little sachets that come in the starter kit. I got some of those, and I would give away 2 at a class. I would draw somebody's name, give away 2 of those. That's it. Does not have to be big and crazy. A lot of most parties that you go to don't have tons of giveaways. They might have you earn things. So if you spend a certain amount, you earn something. Hey, guess what? This month you earn a free tangerine. And you want to know what else? You sell correctly, you can earn a ton of stuff. And I'm actually going to hop off of here and then start a new video about that, because I don't want to cross subjects here, because I've been wanting to do a video about this other thing too. So I'm going to get on and talk about that in a second. But how do we get on? Oh yeah, you should not be spending much at all on classes, guys, okay? Keep your costs low. When I started, I did not have money to put into classes. And you know what? My business grew just fine. I was passionate about the oils. I was excited. I knew that they worked. And I was about education. And my business grew. People signed up. Some of them didn't sign up right away. Some of them, it took them a couple months, either to save up the money or to be, for something to happen where they go, okay, I need the oils now. But my business grew, and I did not have to invest a lot of money. The only thing that I invested money in, without a doubt, hands down, every single time, was this book for every person that signed up with me. My rule is whoever makes the $50 provides the book. So if there's someone hosting a class under me and they're going to make the $50, I just kind of said, hey, listen, here's what's going to happen. We're going to sign the people up under you. You're going to make the $50. Are you willing to give, to pay for each person to have a book, just like I gave you? That's kind of the key though, because they got a book from me. So if you're not giving your people books, why would they want to invest in, their people? That's not normal. But if you give your people books and that's just kind of the expectation, then they're going to go, oh, yeah, okay. And it's going to make sense. They're also going to appreciate it more, because they're going to go, oh, wow, you made $50 off of me, but you took $10 and sewed it back into me to give me a reference book. For me, it's a matter of just giving and being generous. It's also a matter of good salesmanship, because if somebody has a book and they know how to use their oils, guess what? They're probably going to order more. So not only do I care about people, I really do want people to be able to use their oils and find the amazing things that they do. However, I also want them to reorder. So if they know how to use their oils, they're more likely to reorder. Like Tara mentioned, y'all, I feel like I'm an old person. I had to walk to school 12 miles in the snow, uphill both ways. When I started, these books cost $25 each. Not kidding. And you know what? I paid it for every single person of mine that joined, because I knew, first of all, I had been gifted one when I joined, and I knew what it did for me. It taught me how to use my oils. It was so important. And I know, not only did I have to pay $25 a book, but my kit did not come with a diffuser, and it only came with 8 oils, and it was still worth it. It was $150 back then. Still totally worth it. So it's a better kit today. It's way better value. And the books are $11 each. $11. Okay? You can handle that. So that was the only, without a doubt, expense that I absolutely made room for. So every person that signed up with me got one of these books, even though they were $25 each. And then they dropped to 18, and then they dropped to 16, and now they're only 11, and it's still 500 pages of amazing information. Okay? Give these to your people so they know how to use their oils. it empowers people. So important, okay? So don't take people's enrollers. Don't take the $50 from people. That's not your contact. Think long game. Long game is building, raising up leaders, even if they swear they don't want to build. It's not taking people's closest friends and family, because if they ever do want to build, that's gonna be who they need around them. That's gonna be who they need, supporting them and helping them, and they're gonna team up with those people. And again, that check, you don't know what position that person is in and what that $200 or $300 could mean to them. Even if it's $100 or $150, that could mean a lot. I would not have builded. Yeah, I would not have built a business if I had not gotten a check right then. So keep that in mind. Again, think long game. Like, that should always be in the back of your mind. Okay, what's the long game here? Short game is the $50. What's the long game? Tapping into people's circle of influences is long game. So, maybe at a class, you sign up 3 people. Long game is, I wonder if those 3 people would be interested in hosting a class. Okay? And if the host has a good experience with you and feels like you set them up for success, and, wow, I got a check for $200, you know what? That host is going to be way more likely to talk to their closest friends and family about that check that they got. Oh my gosh, I got a $200 check from Young Living. Oh, it's the coolest thing ever. Long game. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to get right back on and talk about something different. All right? We'll talk to you later. Feel free to share this with anybody that needs it.